Hey guys, how's it going? Hello and welcome on into WagWorksGA. Yeah, hi, I'm Jeff. You can also call me Wags, and I have my headphones on backwards for some reason. Okay, sorry things took a little bit longer to kick off tonight than usual. I am trying a new stream setup for something we're going to work on tonight, which I haven't done with my full art setup usually. And I ran I ran into some USB management issues tonight, and it was kind of it was a thing, but we got it. We're here. I'm all set up and I'm ready to go, and I'm happy to see you all. I hope you're having a good week. I hope you're having a good night. Yeah, I am having a good week because this week is GDQ week, and we'll talk a little bit more about that in a second. Some water. All right, so trying something new. Yep, of course I could have tested that. Sir, there we go. Don't want that. All right, what if I do this? There we go. Okay, so part of what I was just getting set up to do was a new format for announcements, so we'll get into that in a second here. Yep. Yeah, okay. There we go. And 1 second. So yeah, anyway, I am just still apparently getting set up. It's one of those days today. Have you ever had it where you just kind of, you have the best intentions, or you think you're on top of things, and all of a sudden the day is just completely like gone? That was today. But it's been a good one. All right, so now I'm finally ready to do this. Okay, so first up, let's roll ahead on into announcements, just to get the day started. The stream started. Okay, so first up, I want to say hey, and this is season 4. I'm calling it that. Last week we celebrated my 3rd year of streaming. I celebrated it, and it was a lot of fun. We had a good time. We did a couple of streams, which was nice. We even played a little bit of games, and that was pretty cool too. So I'm calling this season 4 as we move into year number 4, because it's kind of I kind of have the mindset of we're always working on improving, changing, and updating. So in some ways, by labeling seasons or years, it helps me keep track of things a little bit. I may drop it not far into the future, but for now, that's what I'm going with. So happy season 4. I am working on new things. I would like to continue to grow the stream and experiment and try new stuff, and just kind of switch it up and have some fun. We'll still be doing art. Mostly that's what I love to do anyway. But you know, adding some quality of life stuff and just having some fun with you guys, because I love this community. We're not huge, but I have a good time. I'm always happy to be here and share this time with you guys. So that being said, welcome to season 4. Update on YouTube stuff. So I haven't gotten the videos posted to YouTube. Now the VODs are still available here on Twitch, so you can always see last week's broadcast there. I got everything uploaded for last week's streams. I just need to do all the descriptions and thumbnails and all that stuff, which takes just a little time. So I'll aim to have those up hopefully before the weekend is out, and then have this stream posted then on the usual time, Wednesday next week. That's my goal, but that's where we're at. It's a work in progress. So as I mentioned, this week is GDQ, or SGDQ specifically. That's Summer Games Done Quick, and they're raising money for Doctors Without Borders. They kicked off Sunday at about 12:30. And they've been running nonstop since. It's been a great marathon so far. I've been really enjoying it. Tonight they are closing in. I think they were at $850,000 raised for Doctors Without Borders, just maybe like half an hour ago. So they're closing in on the goal. well, not they're closing in on 1 million tonight. Usually they're going to get anywhere between 2 and 3 million. It's really awesome. That money goes directly to Doctors Without Borders and helps people around the world. And it's just really fun to watch, and it's really entertaining. And there's some really great prizes as well, which leads me to it's there. This picture I did not take. This is a picture of the blanket and pillow set. This is from GDQ's prize page, which you can see over there at gdq.gg/prizes. Also, I should mention that you can watch the marathon either here on twitch.tv at just games done quick, or by going to their homepage at gdq.gg, which is where you can get at not only the embedded live stream, but also you can view the prizes that are available. You can view the incentives that are available, the bonus games they're trying to unlock. You can view the schedule. That's pretty important. So gdq.gg is kind of the place for all that information. And most importantly, you can also donate if you're so inclined. So yeah, and specifically their prizes page is gdq.gg/prizes. So this is this will be available for if you donate during the window from about 2 o'clock on Sunday afternoon. It's related to the start time of specific video games, but around 2 o'clock is the estimated start, all the way through the end of the marathon. If you donate, you'll be able to be eligible for this. I think they are looking for the minimum donation on this one to be $50. But at any rate, it'll also probably, I don't run the prize team, so I don't know exactly what the plans are, but usually when my stuff has been in and there, it's been they've had it on the prize segments. So it will likely be in the prize segment that's around 2:30. They don't give a specific time on the prize segments, but it's before a run that starts around 2:45. So I would guess it would be around 2:30 on Saturday, which is July 11th. So it's always cool to get to see my art on stream. I love GDQ. They are the reason that I found Twitch. Their community is awesome. It's really fun to watch, and it's so cool to see something I did actually be there on the stream. It makes me feel like I get to be a part of it, and that's pretty awesome. All right, so let's talk about last week. Last week we played a little bit of Chrono Trigger on stream. That was part of the celebration for the 3-year stream anniversary. I had a good time, and I had a kind of fun idea about it. Yes, we did name the main character Poopy, so there's that, but that's not the idea. Hear me out. I kind of want to turn this into a thing where we will play every third Thursday of the month. I think we'll play a little bit, and then we'll do a timed art sketch based on something in the game. So it's kind of going to serve as our inspiration, and kind of just a fun way to almost like an art book club, but art approach to playing games. So I'm pretty excited to try it out. This is the plan. We can always change it if it doesn't really work and we don't enjoy it, but I would like to try it. So we'll give it a shot. So that'll be about the third Thursday of every month. So not this. Okay, so that would be next Thursday. Yeah, that would be next Thursday would be the plan. And if that changes, we can always bump it if we have to, but that's the plan so far. And then I'm keeping track. I haven't forgotten, but guys, I owed you 2 extra streams because 2 times that I wasn't able to make it when I thought I could. So we're down to 1. We're down to 1 extra stream. Not sure when that will be yet, but I'm working on it. I did not forget. I'm keeping track. And my kids got into my slideshow. You can tell this is my oldest child who wanted to make sure, apparently, to call Frank old. Okay. Alrighty. And I think that does it for announcements. That's really all I had. So tonight, what we're gonna do is we're gonna start out. We're gonna work a little bit on the D&D group illustration. We're very, very close. I've been working on it off stream quite a bit. After warm up, we'll jump into that. We'll do that for a little bit, and then probably around the 11 o'clock, 11:15 Eastern mark, I might switch it over, and we'll. I think what I would like to do is a sketch and watch with GDQ. I think they'll be running Legend of Zelda Wind Waker. So I'll bring their stream up on here. We'll share it, and I'll be drawing probably a quick little Wind Waker piece while we're doing it. So that's my plan. Yeah, that's it. All right, cool. So all that being said, let's go ahead. I'm going to move my OBS over here. Get out of this. Close out announcements. Okay, here we are. And we're going to go ahead and roll into warm up. So if you're familiar with stream, you know that we warm up with Pokemon, so I think we're still going to do that. At some point I might pivot to Disney for fun because I want to do more Disney art. But I've been having a really good time still with the Pokemon fusions, so for now we're going to keep going with that. Let me hop on over to, hold on a second, I did not open a new canvas yet, so let me do that. All right. So let's go on over to Art View here, and we'll bring up the old random Pokemon generator. I love this site. It's so simple, but it's great, and it's just randompokemon.com. And if you ever need to pick out random Pokemon, you should check it out. Okay, here we go. So I'm looking over to this side more now because I actually have another monitor on the side here. That was part of the setup. I realized I was asking too much USB juggling of my art computer, and it was not super happy about that. So I fixed that. Okay, so let's see what Pokemon we get. This is everything, all forms, all generations. So let's see what we get tonight. We get Arctovish and Castform. Now this is interesting because I am not actually familiar with Arctovish. It's rare that I see a Pokemon that I did not recognize. Okay, well that'll work. So those are our Pokemon for tonight. I'm gonna go ahead and clear this out here while I get references pulled up as usual. All right, there's one. Go ahead and label this guy. And Castform was our other one. Okay, go ahead and label my layers. I do not know what happened with my voice right there. It was a very, very sudden uptick at the end. Okay. Yeah, something like that. All right. We're all set here. Oh, and time to. All right, so you know the drill. We spent 5 minutes. We're just gonna do basically a sketch. I might get to the pencils layer, which is like a little more detailed sketch, cleaning it up a bit, choosing favorite lines, that kind of thing. I may get to that point, but really we're just kind of trying to warm up, get the brain thinking about art and shapes, and then combining stuff together. So 5 minutes, I encourage you to grab a pen and paper, open up Microsoft Paint, whatever you want to do. Find the drawing part of your notepad on your phone, whatever you want to do, because it's fun to draw. You don't have to draw the Pokemon. You can draw whatever you want. Just draw and have a good time. All right, so timer starts now. There we go. All right. So I feel like we've been really lucky lately in that there's been a lot of natural overlap in a lot of the Pokemon that we've gotten to mash up. So like you can already see there's kind of a similar shape pattern going on. Just a moment. I was checking on a monitor for a kid and dropped it, but it's good. We're all good. Okay. So yeah, we've got a really distinctive like inverted raindrop shape here on Arctovish. I think that's something we'll definitely want to keep to work with. I think we can do the Castform like hair wisp, if that's what we want to call it, here, but we'll put it back behind what looks to be kind of like the shield with the zigzag, so the zigzag will cut in front. Something like that, before the rest of the back of the head curves around. So there's not really that much left of Castform aside from the head. So we'll make sure to incorporate some of the shapes of the face to really make sure it comes through. Which kind of fit a little bit of what Arctovish has already, but we'll just do it like this so that we get that detail from Arctovish. And we'll just move the eyes to the center. That's a little bit big, I think. It seemed simple to combine those two, but I'm a little bit... That may haunt me a little bit. Make this come all the way across like that. So yeah, I think if we do more of that, does this come in here? What if I do, I think I do is, I'm too literally taking the shape from Castform, and it really doesn't work here. So what instead I think we do, because that doesn't feel quite right. What we do here is we move the kind of, I don't know if it's supposed to be like bubbling cumulus or what, kind of like little leg pods. I'm not really sure what the intent of the two little balls on the design of Castform are meant to be. But I don't think we want them where they are. There. They're going to be shoulders though, like almost like shoulder pauldrons, and then the body will come around like this. The fins will come off here. Yeah, that, to me, that makes more sense. I need a bigger eraser for that. Okay, that works a little better. Oh my goodness, you guys, seriously. So they'll look a little bit more like football shoulder pads then. And I think that is very much what I prefer. Actually, we'll add those fins. They're bigger than, look on the back there. So this is very much, I see more of a turtle-like part of the design. So we kind of are just, okay. I think what we need to do though, yeah, his hammer's about to go off. No, actually I do want that. All right, that is time. I'm just gonna make this adjustment here. Give it a little younger look by moving the eyes lower in the face. Then we'll move this here. That is not the lasso, bro. Brody and lasso. All right. Actually, I think what has to happen is this needs to, as a whole, come down even lower. Yeah, okay. I know we're over time here, but I do, like, I want to fix this. I need to fix this. And I think what we do with the body is we actually keep kind of the form that we've decided on, but we shift the positioning. So if it's going to be more turtle-like, I actually want it to feel like it's swimming a bit. Okay. Maybe? Maybe. This was kind of a strange one. Actually, then this line needs to come. This will be more like the ear. Nope, that was the new one. And then this line will come across a little bit lower. Like this. Okay. There's something still very uncanny valley about this that I really don't actually like very much. Yeah. Yeah. Not my favorite mashup, but that's okay. That's not the point. Some of them have turned out pretty great, and some of them have turned out a little bit, you know, nightmare fuel-ish. So, that's okay. We did what we came to do. Oh goodness, it's the 9th, isn't it? Okay, oh, you know, we did forget. We have to give it a name. I forgot that part. All right. All right, I feel like the obvious choices here are Arctovish and Castform. I don't know if I feel like one is better than the other. Maybe Arctovish. Alright, we'll go with that. We'll go with that. I feel like there's a thread here. There's something that could work. I just need to I need to do some tweaks. I think the proportions are what are throwing me off. I think trying to fit, I might have gone too, it might be that weird valley in between the relatively smaller head size of Castform and the Arctovish, like massive, like, I mean, they both have a large head. It's just, yeah, I'm not sure. Not sure. That's okay, because we are going to move on over to our main piece for at least this little bit here, which is the D&D piece. So you guys haven't seen this polar bear inked before. In fact, I think I finished a couple characters now. But let me just click on all the layers real quick so you guys can see exactly how close we are. Because we are getting very, very close, and I'm very excited about it. If you haven't seen this piece before, this is my D&D party from I play along with one of my kiddos in our local libraries campaign, but it's a massive campaign. Like the DM is amazing and allows us to have like up to 25 people in any given session, and it's kind of drop in, drop out. So we have a party of like 23 characters running around, which is pretty crazy. And I decided that I should definitely draw every single one of them. So I collected descriptions from players, I did all the stuff, I designed the characters, and I've been just really slowly working through in between deadlines, inking and coloring and shading each and every one of them. And aside from this wolf, the wolf is a familiar, and the polar bear is my last actual character, and we are very nearly done with it. So I'm very excited to be wrapping up this piece. I learned a lot doing it. So we'll work on some of the shading on the polar bear and before we switch over in a little bit. Okay, I'll turn the wolf layer off as well, just so we're focusing in entirely on our polar bear. We'll go ahead and clip the shading layer, the shadows layer, to the layers below. I didn't label like any of these other layers while I was working on them, so let me do that real quick. Okay, good. Clipping to the layer below. And before I jump in, I'm gonna grab my tea real quick. Hold on a second. Okay, I got it. Got my tea in my Meganium Chikorita line mug, so I'm good to go. I've been using a lot of this purple, like grayish purple color here for my shadows, just because it's nice to use something that's not only gray, but adds a little bit of tone in your shadows. And this color I actually had mixed as part of like a custom palette a while ago, so I've been getting a lot of mileage out of it, which is nice. Actually, the whole side here would be. Actually, hold on. Yeah, to tell you what, I feel like we were really fortunate to have a bit of a turnout for the 3-year stream anniversary last week, so seems like now we're back into a little more quiet pattern, at least for a bit, but that's all right. How shady do we want this to be? If I seem a little bit subdued tonight, I will also note, I was noticing I was getting like major crashes from having caffeine, like having like coffee right before stream or during the first hour. And it was good for a little bit, and then it would just like, the rug would just get pulled out for me energy-wise by about like 11:30. So I am trying to see if maybe having a lighter caffeinated tea is gonna serve me better, and I'm not gonna get the same crash. I do think there's a little more. Is this gonna look like a beard though, is the question. It is. It is gonna look like a beard if I do it that way. I don't want that. Let's go back a little bit. Hey Dadix, how's it going? Hey Fallen. Time to stay up all night? Wait, why are we staying up all night? Oh, is this, do you have like an overnight shift? But yeah, Dadix, how's it going? Tomorrow. Oh, so this is like your prep for that? Maybe I'll just do a much more subtle shadow. I don't need to go quite so big. I know I like to render out some shape, but I think trying to do the full face was too much. I think this was probably too much here too, as well. Oh, nice. What is he testing? Do more like this. I think that's good. Unfortunately, you found a new hobby. Oh, wait, what's the new hobby? A little bit of like a rim shadow light there, rim light. That's what I'm looking for. Oh, that's so cool. So have you already, I'm assuming you've already seen it? A capybara and a duck. Oh, that's fun. So you'll be joining in the test stream to test out the ping tubers? Yeah, let's just go a little bit lighter on the shadows. Oh, cool. I'll have to bring it up on the other monitor so I can check it out and see what they look like. You're relearning Blender so you can start 3D printing cosplay stuff. Ooh, do you do cosplay a lot already? Do you cosplay? Do cosplay is not a thing. You have an incense burning and your Dr. Pepper ready? Nice. Honestly, that sounds kind of nice. I can probably go a little bit bigger on this. Okay. Yeah, I think it's too much here as well. Yeah, that looks so much better already. Don't judge you have allergies and you sound sick, but you're not. Okay. No worries. No judgment. This is a judgment-free zone. I also feel the allergy pain. I mean, I've had a lot, you know, I've had allergies for a while, especially for my like adult life. I've had allergies. Like cats are the worst one for me. But I do like cats, which is complicated. And then outdoor stuff, a little bit of dog as well. I had kind of built a little tolerance when we had a dog, but since we don't, I'm no longer quite having that tolerance. A giant pencil for your Doodle Bob cosplay. That's really fun. But yeah, I did allergy testing down here a year or two ago, and I think they did like the skin, like the injection underneath the surface of the skin testing. And I think I tested mildly allergic to like 40 out of the 50 things they were testing. So that's super cool. So anyway, my whole point of all of that, it was just to say, I get it. I get allergies. Yeah, I was gonna bring it up on my other monitor so I can see when you go live. That's exciting. So Dadix, what once you've kind of gotten back in the swing with Blender, what do you think you want to do first? Like, what are the cosplays you're gonna work on? You've had yours for a while now. I don't think I've been into your stream too recently. I'm sorry. Like, I do try to show up and lurk when I can. Usually I'm doing dishes or working in the background, but not spectacular at it. Sorry. How do you like doing the ping tuber stuff though? Or how do you like ping tubing, I should say? Oh, that's cool. His streams aren't family friendly, so make sure no kiddos can hear it. Yeah. Yeah, there's not like us. I mean, there's definitely some family friendly streams here on Twitch, but there's a lot that aren't. So I generally when I'm watching a stream, unless I'm sure that it's kid safe, I don't. I make sure kids can't hear. I think GDQ is one of the few other ones that we watch regularly that they kind of enforce that it's family friendly. Janos, oh my gosh, hey, how's it going? It has been another minute, indeed. A life-size Lucario Dadix? Oh my gosh, that would be, if you do that, I want to see pictures. That's amazing. A lot of duns have been done that didn't do it, didn't do, that done, did a do, you done. It is good to have you back, my friend. Yeah, we're just still trucking here. Last year was 3 years stream anniversary, so we're still going. And Janos, you were here very much at the beginning, as well. Gosh, what is it like? That's not the right mouse. Hold on a second. Yeah, let me check. Yeah, since August 23. So, wow, you have been here much like Frank, from the very beginning. Kind of amazing. But yeah, just working on my D&D piece here. Life is busy. There's a lot going on, but it's all good, I think. How about you? Like what, like you had moved states, got a new job, gotten married, all that, I think, was one of the last times. Just been keeping busy. Yeah, it's amazing how sometimes you don't realize how quickly the time flies by. Sometimes it's hard to find time. Yeah. Oh, it's been nice seeing him around, that's for sure. But I always just figure, if he's working overnights, if he doesn't show, I understand for sure. And I really appreciated that he showed up for the stream that was kind of in the middle of his night last week. That was nice having him around. Oh, nice. Well, enjoy your uncle duties, and yeah, catch you later. Thanks for stopping by, Dadix. And definitely, I want to see some of your 3D prints when you get going on it. Man, I tell you what, I have got to find the right balance, because I don't feel like this tea is doing quite the, I know it's lighter caffeine and that was the point, but I'm not sure it's doing its job fully. But I don't like the coffee crash either. Ugh. I guess that's some of the challenge of streaming at the end of the day. Okay. Enjoying the car world. Did I not? Oh, I didn't. Okay. Well, I have to color that in. That's kind of important. So what do you mean by car world? I can desaturate this a little bit more. just to give it the slightest little bit of blue to it. I think that's what I want to do. Oh, nice. Okay. Like any particular kind of car? Like, do you do like vintage, collectors, muscle cars, the Honda Civics? I don't know. Honestly, you know, for what Civics used to be, they go kind of hard now. That's, you know, I don't know if that's an unpopular opinion, but that's where I'm at. You got major invested when you moved out of state. I mean, that's cool. I think it's a fun hobby to have. Also nice to have one where you know, it's kind of a useful knowledge a lot of the time. I think. At least if you're into the actual like mechanical workings of them a lot and understanding that, that's pretty useful stuff. The 5.5 Type R is a big fat disappointment compared to the previous generation. Honestly, I couldn't tell you if you were making that up or not. If we're going to talk about Civics. So clearly cars are not a super big hobby of mine. I appreciate them and they're nice and all. I know very little, honestly. What is like, what are the I don't know, top 3 things that people who don't know a lot about cars should know, in your opinion? If not to put you on the spot, but I'm just curious, like, what do I not know that I should know? Hey, welcome Raiders. How's it going? Welcome on in. Hi, I'm Jeff, or you can call me Wags, and this is WagWorksGA. I am shading right now. You can barely see. But hey, thank you for the follow, by the way. So yeah, I am just shading this this Polar Bear Druid from our gigantic group, D&D Illustration. Janos and I are just talking a little bit about cars. I know very little about cars, and he knows a whole lot about cars. Throwing shade. No, I throw no shade on this polar bear. This polar bear is a real one. But Blueberry, how you doing tonight? How was your stream? It'd be like that sometimes. Absolutely. All right, so yep, just floofing out this mantle a little bit. Oh, nice. What are you working on? What kind of art? It depends on the context. Okay, I didn't really have one in mind. I was hoping I could fake it a little bit. Ooh, cool, self-portrait. Is there anything you wanted to share? I'm happy. I think link sharing should be on. The only thing I ask is that, you know, it's family friendly, but otherwise, you're absolutely welcome to share anything you wish to. In fact, let me do this. All right, double check that spelling. Oh, nice. I'll have to bring that up in a second. Thank you, Fallen. But yeah, you should all go check out the Small Blueberry. I always enjoy getting support and sharing with fellow artists, and I appreciate the support of coming over here with the raid. So please go give them a follow. All right, let me pull. Nothing really finished, but I've been okay. You know, it's it's busy. It's always busy. I feel like that's such a not helpful thing to say. But honestly, that's kind of where it's at. It's just you kind of blink and it feels like a week has gone by. Yeah, so I don't know if I shared it before a whole lot, but yeah, art isn't my day job. This is like art is a secondary thing I do with my evenings and weekends, and I have a full-time desk job and 2 kids, so it kind of just keeps you going a whole lot. But it's good. It's all good. Not that I'm complaining. So the context, if anybody did not catch what I was asking Janos, is that what are like, was it three things I said? 3 things that like people who don't really know about cars should know. So yeah, how to change your own oil. Just takes a pan, a socket wrench, a socket and a ratchet driver in 30 minutes at most. Saves money. A shop will charge you. Wow. When all you need is $40 for oil and some spare time. Yeah, I have to admit, I have been intimidated to do that one on my own. I should. Hop over real quick here. Just 1 second. Just looking to see, I think Fox is live. Where? I know I follow you. Where are you? There you go. Okay. So how to identify noises. Don't need to be familiar or anything, just familiar with the bad noises. Because the car's instrument clutter warning lights are only meant to come on when the problem's past the point of no return. Yeah, that makes sense. Oh man, Fox, I don't know if you're still in here, but I had not seen your starting soon screen recently. That is adorable. I love it. Oh, people that have like a bad belt or CV joint. Dude, we saw someone with a like a, oh gosh, what was it? I mean, it could have been a tire, but in theory it was like that like white bluish almost smoke coming out of the car. And the only time I had seen that is when I blew a belt, a serpentine belt on the highway, which that's not what you want to see. Just looking over and seeing like, you know, that smoke, like smoke coming out of the side of your car. Not great. Not a great situation. Blue smoke is usually overfilled on oil, actually, huh? Oh, no worries. He's live now. I see him falling. All right.
Okay. My two are showing, yours showing.
this one's not going to show because he ain't here.
Oh, so you're saying that it's just that the oil itself is overfilled? Interesting. I did not think of that possibility. Or that being why.
There's no bonus on the series.
Oh, Fox's pink tuber is super cute, Fallen. Well, Janice, that's really helpful stuff to know, like, honestly. I can hear it's really quiet, though. I still have my stream music going, like the game chops in the background, so I can't hear, like, his music. But I was hearing him talking for a minute there. You can hear it on my stream? Wait, what? I didn't think I was capturing desktop audio, though. That's interesting. Oh, is it just because of my browser? Okay, let me test something. Can you hear it now? Oh, gosh. I'm guessing my music also stopped on top of that, but is it better? You know what I should have, I think I know what I should have done. Okay. I'll have to do that another time to set up the audio differently. Good to know. Well, I'm glad nobody was dropping any swears. That's probably good. Don't want to lose my family friendly vibe. Okay, I can still hear him. Can you? All right. Okay. So the way it works is oil comes out of the piston, and the piston ring coats the cylinder with oil, lubricating it while creating a tight seal, so it doesn't enter the actual combustion chamber. Combustion when you're overfilled. Haven't started yet, but when you get, yeah, that makes sense. I could see how that would work. That makes sense. So are you at this point not hearing my music, but also not hearing Fox? Is that where we're at? Okay, gotcha. All right, so for now, I'm gonna mute the stream and I'll put music back on. But when you guys are going a little bit, I might mute the music and unmute you guys so I can hear. Okay, got it. All right, I think I need to set up a different capture for the music because I think because they're both coming through my Firefox, it's grabbing any audio that comes through Firefox. Interesting. So Janos, aside from cars, the third one is just awareness. It's easy to treat cars as a mode of transportation, and a majority of the population doesn't take care of cars because they don't understand the machine they're driving. Yeah, that's true. I think I'm guilty sometimes of getting that way, although we do at least try to make sure we take it in to get it taken care of. If we're not going to take the time to do it, we make sure that somebody is. At least that's kind of the road we've taken. We are rocking a vehicle from 2016. We are well over the 100,000 mile mark, and we are hoping we can push it to 200 and beyond. So we'll see. The dealership seems to think so. On the original transmission fluid, no. I mean, come on, I'm not a car guy, and even I know that that's bad. Okay, yeah, I get it. Yeah. I know there's so many things that I wish they actually taught in school, because like I get why, because they seem like common sense, but at the same time, like, not everybody knows them, so clearly there needs to be like a consolidated place where these things are taught, you know? And I know some driver's ed probably teaches it. I don't think mine did to that level. School teaches you, yeah. Yeah, I wish that it was a little bit more the case that school prepared you, like, gave you the general life skills to figure out how to do the things you want to do. Although I do feel like seeing more of what is out there, what like my kids are getting or seeing in curriculums, I do think one area where they're doing so much better is social and emotional learning. Like we didn't get a lot of that in school, and it would have been really helpful. You worked on your own car out of state, and the mechanic got with you and taught you a lot. Nice. So wait, do you race or do you just follow racing? Let me check on Fox's stream real quick. Ads. Ads at the moment. We'll come back to it. No worries. All right, so we are at 11:15. I haven't done a crazy amount of shading on this one. Oh, that's exciting. Cool. Good luck and safe racing with that, but I can see how it would be a lot of fun. All right, so okay, let me just check in also over on GDQ real quick. Okay, hold on. I see a capybara. So I'm going to listen in on Fox's stream real quick for a second. I'm going to cut the music so it doesn't bleed in, the stream doesn't bleed into this stream. Actually going to pause this as well. All right. Can you guys confirm that you can't hear anything right now, music-wise or people talking-wise? Just before it gets potentially kid not friendly, I just want to confirm. Fallen, your capybara is very cute, by the way. Oh, you don't sound sick. You don't sound sick. Well, maybe a cough there. So, Janos, though, what kind of what kind of racing do you do? Is it like off-road, like street, closed course racing, like an oval track? Wait, hold on a second. I thought they were going to be... Oh, I misread the schedule for GDQ. I thought it was going to be Wind Waker, but it is Elden Ring, and those are very different games. So I don't think we're going to do the watch and sketch that way. He went bye-bye. You're back. Welcome back. No, I was just asking, like, what kind of racing you're doing. Um, what are we trying? So we're a minivan family. We have two kids. We used to be a two-car family before, and then when we went to adopt our second kid, we finally bit the bullet. And that was also when I went remote full time, and we realized like we're not gonna have to be in that like out and about in the world, different places at the same time. So we made the call to go ahead and just do one car, just track racing. I mean, that's that seems like that would be about the safest way to do it, if you ask me. I don't know. Um, I don't really know that much about which forms of racing are the safest, but it seems like if it's a track and it's not too sharp turns and not off road, it's probably the lower of the risks, even though it's definitely not risk free. All right, I'm gonna put the music back on real quick. There's not an unsafe way to race, right? I guess I'm just thinking of ways that are would be more conducive to tipping and things like that. Okay, so yeah, I don't think we're gonna be watching doing the watch and draw that I was originally planning because I misread the schedule and they are not playing a family friendly game. I mean, Elden Ring is cool, but probably a little bit more PG-13 than the stream usually does. A little bloodier. Okay, yeah, maybe that comment wasn't exactly spot on. Um, I guess I was just trying to compare relative to each other, but admittedly, I don't know that much about it. All right, let's go ahead. All right. Okay, yeah. So anything, yeah, I get that. Straight line. So what kind do you? Okay, I was about to ask that. All right. Rally racing is your favorite form? So is that where you have to make your way across to like different waypoints? I actually realized I might not know that much about the format. Actually, I'll do this. I don't like that full shadow there. My life got so much easier when I realized that you could just fill with the empty, the transparency color, and that was basically like a bulk erase. It got so much easier. It's the sport that focuses on inconvenient environments. All right. Yeah. It makes me think a little bit of, I guess ultra marathons don't have to be in convenient environments, but I had a guy that worked on one of my research teams for my day job who did ultra marathons out in like Colorado and was doing like crazy high elevations, snow, and all that. And it's like, wow, very impressive. Right, right, yeah. Off-roading, that kind of thing. Closed off public roads. All right. What I might do though is bring up the navigator window. I think that could be helpful here. Since I'm so zoomed in on a lot of this, it might be nice to be able to see where we're actually at. Not that. So let's pull that there. All right, that should be better. Maybe crop that just a little bit more. There we go. Perfect. All right, there we go. You love the like Corvettes? That is my favorite. I don't know. I from a young age I had a soft spot for Corvettes. Um, Although now it's like, well, I probably couldn't drive one without it kind of screaming midlife crisis, so so we won't be doing that. Unless that actually hits, in which case, all bets are off. All right, I kind of skipped out on this part, so let's go ahead and get back to all the floof. So wait, I know that at one point, like maybe this was back in 2023, you had a snake. How is the snake doing, by the way? Okay, the floof will look floofier when I get in and start softening some of these with the blending tool. So this isn't full floofiness yet. The floof will get better. We have not we have not reached full floofage. You may be wondering at this point how many times I intend to say floof, and I don't have an answer for you, honestly. It's a lot. Floof. No worries. You know what though? My biggest regret, um, I was so excited back like years ago when we had the conversation about the googly eye glasses, and I like looked them up on Amazon and I was ready, and I just didn't like finish the purchase at the time, and I still have forgotten to get them because I keep thinking like, okay, one of these days when Janos comes back, you'll have them and you can just put them on and it's gonna be great. And I still haven't done it, and it's sad. It's sad. All right, let's see. Yeah, I think this is all gonna be shaded in here. Dude, one day though. That's the dream. I mean, honestly though, it's fun that the Fallen mentioned Fox and the ping tuber thing, because I was thinking of adding at some point this upcoming year, I might add a ping tuber mode, just for fun. Let chat toggle it on and off, have a few different ones. Um, oh, you see a lot of them. In Colorado specifically. That's interesting. I wouldn't have expected that. We get a lot around here in Orlando area as well. Like there's some neighborhoods of Orlando when we drive into. It is crazy. You're just like, oh, I'm just driving next to a Maserati. Oh, look, there's a Bentley. You're like, what is happening right now? This is not. Is this real life? It's nuts. But Corvettes are pretty common too. Yeah, they are definitely huge here. I still haven't been to the Corvette Museum. I used to drive by it when I was driving back to Wisconsin for like breaks and stuff from northern Florida. I would, up by Bowling Green. They've got the museum right there, and it's like shaped like the Corvette taillight, which I always thought was pretty cool. Although one of my coworkers was telling me something about like a sinkhole opened up in the middle of the museum actually, and they ended up just like, and some of the cars went into it, and they ended up just glassing over it. I never looked up to see if that was true, um, but that's kind of fun. All right, so the way these flaps typically work is they fold in a little bit. So I think this one would have some of the shadow. Yeah, that seems right. Okay, I like that. Oh, I almost forgot. If we have any fellow games done quick loving artists out there, they actually have a call for art out right now. Uh, they've started doing it in their partnership with the Yeti, um, who, by the way, they're amazing gaming T-shirts every marathon, and you should check it out. Um, but they're actually going to do a digital art booklet collection, and I think that the due date is July 31st. But it's the only requirement really is that you're doing art that features their mascot, Velocity. So if you're an artist and you like games done quick and you want to be a part of it, I think you can find over on their Instagram is probably the best place to go look to find the details. But you can check it out and potentially be a part of their fundraising efforts for Doctors Without Borders. Man, I was so proud that I updated that command last week. And then I forgot that I needed to update it again to say the game's done quick has started. Well, I can just, why don't I just do that? Why don't I just do that now? All right, there we go. Ba, 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 ba. All right, let me just test that real quick. Hey, there we go. Fixed. I did it. You guys, I did a thing. It's amazing. I'm so excited. This is the most chill Hydro City zone I think I've ever heard. It's kind of amazing. Oh, I still have it muted, don't I? I thought I unmuted that. I didn't. I didn't do that. But now there's music. Hey guys, there's music. We did it. Oh goodness. One of these days I'll learn how to stream. Maybe by the time I've been doing it for 5 years, I'll know kind of what I'm doing. That'll be great. I look forward to that day. I'm sure you all do too. Oh, goodness. I will say, I'm pretty excited that... Oh, that's already a shadow. I'll do the darker one there. Actually, should be a little bit more. Alright, we'll get a little bit of darker shadow in here too. A little bit there. Okay. Do a really thin shadow here just to kind of give a little more volume to the arm. And I will do... some fur marks. Those will get smoothed out a little bit with the blending tool, so they'll look a lot better. They'll look a lot better soon, but for now, while I'm just doing the kind of harder shading, they'll look a little bit rough, and that's okay. It's a work in progress. Oh, you know what? While I'm thinking of it, Games Done Quick isn't the only gaming thing where you can get your art featured. There is Sonic. If you go check out the Sonic the Hedgehog Instagram, they I think are also putting out a call. I think it's a bit more selective, like they're doing an actual gallery type event, but you can get your art featured there. So if you're a Sonic the Hedgehog fan, that's also pretty great. Excuse me. It's funny, I started out very heavily a Nintendo kid with the NES. All the way through, like, you know, Mario 3, and I loved it, but then, like, I don't remember what it was about Sega Genesis that got me, like, really excited for it. I think it was a lot to do with Sonic, and so I ended up selling my NES to a family friend to get a Sega Genesis, and man, I logged through my, like, late elementary into junior high, I logged so many hours on Sonic games. Definitely a big fond part of my childhood. And then I discovered Final Fantasy and Japanese RPGs, and then I logged a bajillion hours on those. I can do better. I don't like that. Again, this is gonna look rough for a little bit until it doesn't, but I will fix that up later. Okay, we're progressing. Our Polar Bear Druid is coming along. I do think that shading is like the most zen part of any art that I do lately. Like, I feel like I get really, I don't know, it's easy to get in the zone with these days. I used to think it was like inking was the big one, but shading now is up there as well. It's gonna be really exciting, like, finishing this piece, because this one and the Kingdom Hearts 2 piece that I did, those were some of the biggest undertakings that I've done for like a single illustration. Yeah, and obviously the Kingdom Hearts 2 one is the one for GDQ, so that I really hope I get to see that on the stream. That would be so cool. But like, the architecture on that clock tower, between that and like these like 23 characters, it's definitely pushed me a lot to grow a lot in my art, and pushed me out of my comfort zone by just doing things at a scale I really haven't done it a lot of before. So as much as it'll be weird to actually have it done, I'm pretty excited for it and get ready to jump into some new projects. I've got lots of ideas for pieces that I want to do. I actually want to do. Well, I owe you guys more emotes for chat here, but also I really want to do a piece for the GDQ submission for the velocity art. I think that would be really cool. Obviously, cartoons will keep marching on, so I've got that. I actually have a cover to finish for them and a comic by sometime in the next few weeks, so that'll be coming up soon. I almost worked on that tonight, but I've been trying to push through and kind of get this wrapped up as quick as I can, since I'm so close at least. Knock that down a little bit there. Here, shadow would be here and here. A little ambient occlusion there. Okay. Well, the good news is, I know I was regretting a little bit not having my usual early stream coffee, but it does seem like I'm not getting the crash that I usually get around 11:30, so that's really nice. I enjoy that a lot. Even if I think I am a little bit lower energy to start the stream. And I'm just trying to figure it out. This is 10 o'clock Eastern time is like the best time because the kids are in bed and there's, you know, I'm not needed elsewhere, so I can be doing this. It's time where, you know, a lot of nights Ashley and I are sitting on the couch and I'm doing art there, so it makes a lot of sense, but at the same time, it's, you know, I'm not usually, well, I take that back. I'm a bit of a night owl, so actually 10 p.m. is when I usually feel best in the day, but I will say after a full day, you realize sometimes your battery's a little drained. Although, at the same time, I do feel like actually just chilling out and doing some art is a good way to refresh at least my battery. That's how it works for me. One second. Okay, we're getting there. We are getting there. So maybe I'm gonna adjust that a little bit so the fold is a little more horizontal here. Actually, hold up. That is not right. I'll do a little bit of a fold here, but overall this should not be. Sometimes these things turn into Rorschach tests. Like, I definitely see Do you guys ever do this when you're shading? Like where you're like, oh look, here's like a person. Like, I don't know. I do this like everywhere, like with like sinks and stuff. Like you'll notice the face and then you can't not see him, so it's like boop, boop. Don't worry, I'm doing this on another layer. Actually, why did I do mouth like that? There's the person that I see in the shading. Isn't that crazy? Good times. Don't worry, I'm probably just losing my mind to something. Should maybe do a darker shadow on these here and here and here. Maybe a light shade here, with a little bit here. Just to give it like a little relative shadow, even within the shadow itself, if that makes any sense. The shadow of the shadow. Apparently I'm turning very grimdark today. No, that's not what I wanted to do. Hold up. Okay, and we'll still be adding in some highlights to this too, so there'll be even more contrast and depth that come from that. Sorry, 1 second. You know I do need some more water. So, I know I messed up reading the GDQ schedule. Was that tomorrow night that I was thinking of? I'm actually gonna check this. Because clearly right now is definitely Elden Ring. But so am I thinking of tomorrow night? It's gotta be tomorrow night, man. No? Was I looking at last night? What in the heart? I honestly don't know where I got that. I can't even... No, okay. Yeah, I see it now. That's tomorrow night. Tomorrow morning. Oh my gosh. Talk about... I was trying to check it real quick, and apparently I really misread it. That's impressive. Okay, no worries. No worries. Back to art. Okay. Getting close. Okay, where else do we need to give a little more volume? I purposely went, especially on the head, a little bit light on the shading. I'll probably add some highlight just to give it that volume and that contrast, but I don't think I'm gonna go too much crazier on it. So I could do a little more roundness, just something like that, just to give a little more depth, although I don't want to go crazy. As this still needs to be family friendly. Just a little bit darker shadow here too. That's pretty good. Alright, so now we're ready to start softening up some of these a little bit. I like to do this with a blending tool. Although there are certainly other ways to do it. Looking okay, and by using uneven sizes on the blending tool, we can give different feelings of like sharper versus more gradual folds in the fabric itself. So it's looking pretty good. All right, not bad there. A little bit more smaller blending brush here. Okay, that's good. That's getting a little bit of depth going. I like that. I still want a little more depth, so it's not just this massive flat face on the polar bear. It's far too cute for that. But I was definitely, too aggressive on the shadow before, so I don't want to do it that way. Okay. Let's go ahead and do this ear. All right, so double check to make sure this reads the way that I want it to, but I think this should at least give us a little bit. Yeah, there we go. There's the fur texture that I wanted. That's not bad at all. Okay. That's too zigzaggy, sir. Actually, I need a smaller brush for this. Actually, I didn't peek over on Fox's stream again yet. I should do that real quick. As we are nearing our end. Well, I think the pink tubers are super cute and they're working out really well for them. Nice. Alright, gonna go a little smaller here to get some detail around the eyes, because I still want... We give it a bit of a fur texture. Okay. Alright, that's not bad at all. I'm pretty pleased with how this is going so far. Just had a kid moving around, had to check it out, make sure all is well, and it is. We're good. Everybody's good. Let's see, I might add a little more here. I kind of want that to be more in between the eyes, give it a little bit more symmetry. So can we just scoot it? I think we can. Yeah, that's better placement. That makes sense. Really lighten this one out because I don't want it to be super heavy texture. Nah, I'm not sure I like that one as much. I might do it with a light color actually. Save that for a highlight. Okay. We keep moving. At least for now. We've got a couple minutes. I'm gonna wrap up here, not too long from now, just to call it. Tomorrow is a work day. But I'm overall pretty satisfied with the progress on this. Softening some of these guys a little bit. Do it with a much tighter gradient on one side than the other to give it that kind of fluffy edge. right, getting there. Gonna have to. That might be a little bit too much because I think then it makes the gaps where I don't have it a little glaring. So I'm gonna, you know what? I'm just gonna back that up for now so I can come at it fresh. I think the first one that I did is pretty safe. Yeah. Oh, it just looked like a bunny nose. All right. This to me seems like a pretty good spot to stop for now. So I'll close the navigator. Wait, I'll do what now? There we go. I'll do that. Close that down. Save this guy. And what we'll do is we'll head on over to. Head back to just chatting. Okay. Pull you over. Close you. So yes, this is. I'm still working out this workflow, but it's getting there. It's getting there. It's all good. All right. Here we are. So let's see. That's going to do it for art tonight. Thank you everybody for joining me first and foremost. I so appreciate you all being here. Thank you for the raid, the small blueberry. It was awesome getting to chat with you briefly. Hopefully when you wrap up your self-portrait, I would love to see it. Dadix, Janos, Fallen, Fox. Oh my gosh, you guys, there have been so many people here. This is excellent. It's been a really fun night. So thank you everybody for coming in, especially when I thought it was going to get really quiet. So this is good. So the plan is this. Let me do my thing. Hold on. Where are we? There we go. So you can find me as always Thursday nights, 10 p.m. Eastern time. So I plan on being back next Thursday, the 16th. Let's see. Do I need to go over announcements again at all? I'm trying to think if there's anything. Yeah, I'll just run through them real fast, at least some of them. Yeah, he did that way. Hello. Ah, there we go. All right. So, what did I do? All right, that's better. Hold on. All right, so just to recap some of the big ones. So YouTube, I'm still catching up from last week. Last week's video should be up hopefully by the end of the weekend. I'll start obviously with the Thursday night stream and then with the special Friday stream where we actually played a little bit of Chrono Trigger. So look forward to that. Games Done Quick is happening right now. If you head over to gdq.gg, that's their webpage, which has the embedded viewer, where you can also find their schedule, you can find the prizes, you can download, it links to like all their deals with Yeti and Fangamer and Humble Bundle and all that awesome stuff. And I definitely encourage you to check that out. Or if you're already in Twitch, you can just head over to Games Done Quick, the channel right here on Twitch. It's there, guys. The prize is there. So I'm hoping that it will be on the prize showcase around 2:30 on Saturday. Those times are pretty flexible because it's a marathon, but it kicks off in the block as available to win if you donate during that like 2 o'clock ish through the end of the marathon. And I think that would line up with the prize showcase that'll be around that time. So that's there, which is super exciting. Also, third Thursdays, we're gonna give this a shot. Next week we do have a big family event going on. I don't think it'll prevent me from doing any streaming stuff next week. So I should do, next week should be our first official third Thursday where yes, we will play Chrono Trigger and we will continue the adventures of Poopy and Cookie and Cake, I think is who we've got there. So I let chat name the characters. That's what's happening there. So look forward to that as well. And what we'll do is we'll probably play for like an hour-ish, and then we'll cut out, and then we'll do some art based on what we saw in the game. I think that'd be kind of a fun experiment. So we'll give that a shot. And our count for extra streams that I owe chat is we're down to 1. So I'm doing okay. I made progress. We were sitting at 2 for a long time. But last week was good, so I will try to hit that again. I will let you know when I'm able to do it. I think that covers everything. those are my announcements. So really just, you know, hey, if you enjoyed what you saw here, you can check out more of my work and my work with my wife, Ashley, who is the writer of our creative team, on our socials. Instagram's a little dead right now, I'm not gonna lie, but YouTube is still very much up and alive. As you can see, I'm still at least putting the effort into updating there. We also have a few edited videos there, and I'd like to get more there. I want to do one at least for the GDQ piece, because that was one that I started 2 years ago and resurrected, and I thought it was really cool seeing it kind of come through. So YouTube is great. Here on Twitch is also great, but also you can see a lot of my portfolio and other stuff over at our website, which is WagWorksGA.com, and we have a shop there. We have some cool stuff there too, so check that out if you want to. Frank was not able to make it today, but our moderator and another longtime follower, Frank, I always give him a little shout out at the end of stream, just cause I appreciate his help and hope he's doing well, and he makes good comics. So give him a follow, because when he does stream, it's kind of fun. He'll actually alternate between gaming and doing comics, like in between during lobbies and stuff like that. And his comics are over on his Instagram. 1 second. At Loosey Goosey Comic. You can check that out. Yeah, it's super cool. I enjoy them. It's Loosey Goosey, and it's a really good like Sunday Funnies feel. So please check that out. What else? Yeah, what I'll leave you guys with is that GDQ is happening right now. You could go over to their channel right now and watch them and support them and if you feel up to donating and can do so, you can support Doctors Without Borders and help people around the world. It's a great cause, and GDQ is just such a good community. I absolutely recommend it. So we're gonna do what we always do during GDQ, and we're gonna see if it works this time. One of these days it will work. We're gonna try to raid them. For some reason, I don't know if we're just not a big enough channel, or if I'm not, you know, or what the story is. For some reason, I never managed to raid the channel. We're gonna try. So I'm gonna go to my stream ending screen. We're gonna try to raid. If it fails, I'll just cut stream and that'll be that. But otherwise, we're gonna head over to Games Done Quick right now. So thank you, everyone. Have a great week. Catch some runs. Enjoy all the goodness and love that is GDQ. They are such a welcoming, inclusive community that raises millions of dollars to help people around the world. There's not, especially if you like video games, there's a lot to like there. So please go check that out and just take care of yourselves. And I will catch you all next time. So thank you, everyone, again, and have a good night. Bye.